This is required watching, and let's try this again. This is required watching, where we watch the essential films from lists of cinematic influencers and look at them through the lens of learning about filmmaking and how to move forward. I'm your host, Trey Apps, and before we do anything else, I'm going to stop you and say, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel right now. If you subscribe and leave a comment telling me about your favorite movie, you are officially entered to win one of two things. One is I will buy you 2 tickets to a film. That's right, 2 tickets to a film. No matter where you are in the world, in your currency, I'll buy you 2 tickets to any film, or I will buy 1 year subscription to a streaming service of your choice. Yep, I said it. So I must mean it. So yeah, before we get going, take a moment, do that, because things are going to get wild here, going to get really exciting. We're going to have much more exciting giveaways, and I want you to be around for that. So yeah, leave a comment telling me about your favorite movie and subscribe, and you'll be entered to win. Anyways, back on to it. Today we are gathered to discuss the conclusion of KGF with KGF 2. Now this film is, if you haven't seen the first review of that film, go ahead and check that out now. But we're gonna complete it right here. We already know that this is directed by Prasad Neil, starring Yash. And it's the high-octane action extravaganza that continues the gripping story of the first film. This spectacle takes us deeper into the world of Rocky, played by Yash, as he battles forces against greed, power, and corruption. And it's on a huge, intense scale that we have action sequences and riveting storytelling, where KGF 2 has an undeniable impact, I think, on filmmakers and filmmaking. The success of this film, of course, opened doors for everyone. And I think, again, I think movies like Timbad, from a regional point of view, exist because of this film. And is that right? Or the series, or just the idea that, you know, regional films can come out of somewhere that isn't, you know, like movies exist outside of Bollywood, which is a really important thing that I'd like to highlight. This blockbuster, of course, solidified their positions as figures in the industry and paving their way for more ambitious projects and other collaborations. But let's continue on just for a bit. One of the things that, for me, really got me was the continuation of the character arcs and the performances. I think this movie has, and I think it's really hard to do, and I think we'll see this, I think you see this in big franchises like the Fast and Furious, and it's really hard to have well-defined character arcs from movie to movie. And I know this is only a 2-part movie, but it's still over, let's even say 6 hours. I don't know the exact runtime, but let's say 6 hours. And it's as the narrative unfolds, we witness the growth and transformation of these characters, driven by their desires and ambitions and personal journeys. And I think the performances by the cast, of course, Yash is I think he really melts into it. And I think the commitment of Indian actors as a whole, but especially in this movie, has been really interesting to see and realize. The entire cast, of course, is really talented, and I think even in a melodramatic way of some people playing their characters, they're really committed to it. And I think that is what really brings the audience in. You may not exactly like their performance, but what you can do is say that were so committed to it. They really gave it their all, and I think that's an important distinction when we talk about actors who are good or bad. And I think it's much more complicated than that. But whatever, let's save that for a different day. It also explores the themes that resonate to audiences, I think, all around the world, right? Like the quest for power, what we do to try to get power, the sacrifices that individuals make in the pursuit of their goals, and the indomitable human spirit that defies all odds. I think we all have that in us, or we all like to think that we have that in us, and I think that is what resonates in all of us when we watch this film. And I think it's these themes that elevate the narrative, that offer, again, thought-provoking insights into the human condition and the complexities of ambition and sacrifice. Ambition is not a bad word, but it can easily become one. You know, we see the way Rocky wants to be powerful. He wants to be powerful because he doesn't want to be like weak anymore. And I think that's really important to talk about. Anyways, I think I'm getting a bit off track here. I'll wrap it up by saying that this film was long and it was ridiculous in a lot of ways, and it was fun in a lot of ways. What I'm really trying to examine more in films is taking like what not necessarily what happened and whether or not I like them or didn't like them, because I can talk about that for ages, and I will, and I think you've heard me talk about it a bit in the first one. But what I'm really trying to do is talk about like the themes and thought-provoking ideas in this film that I think we can either start more conversations with or apply to our own film. Anyways, I'll leave you with that. Again, short and sweet, I think. But let's end it with a subscribe and a comment in order to be entered into the giveaway. Again, comment and tell me about your favorite film ever, and we'll get things moving. Also, if you have ideas on what you like to see from this channel, I'd love to hear them. So leave them in the comments, whether you comment about your favorite film or just like give me a high five. That's more than enough to be entered in the giveaway. I want to reward those who are watching these videos and build a community. So please share and subscribe and comment. And yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.